Hi, Jennifer Novak, Performance Recovery Coach, here to talk to you a little bit about the forefoot prep I like to do with some of my favorite types of athletes to work with, and that's the basketball player. With the Final Four right upon us and the NBA Finals not far behind, it's important to realize that the forefoot plays an important role in overall foot mechanics and therefore can enhance performance if properly progressed. I'm going to share with you a series of isometrics I've developed called the Forefoot 5 that are designed specifically to integrate the forefoot musculature with the things behind it and all the way up into the leg to optimize training response and therefore enhance performance. I'm going to use my foot model here to offer a quick explanation as to why prepping the forefoot is so important to overall foot and lower leg mechanics. The focus in the industry has typically been in ankle mobility and functionality, which is a big part of the performance equation, no doubt. However, these small muscles of the forefoot also need to be made responsive and strengthened in order to support motion at both the subtalar joint and in the ankle. In fact, some recent research reports that big toe flexor strength, that's right here, correlates to ankle dorsiflexion range. So getting all the muscles working as a team on both sides of a movement axis from heel to toe and back again must be considered. The muscles that are going to be engaged in these forefoot isometrics will share innervation with, they'll interdigitate with, and they'll also share fascial interrelationships with the larger muscles on the bottom of the foot, like the tibialis posterior, like the gastroc and soleus, all these muscles that are involved with the lower leg and foot and motion behind the forefoot. Fascia, I know, is a big topic, and it's one we're still gathering information and knowledge on, but we do know that they have mechanoreceptors, so the fascia is communicating with the nervous system, and it's likely involved in motor output as a result. So these isometrics are going to deal on the plantar side of the foot, smaller forefoot and toe flexor muscles, but they are going to attach with the plantar aponeurosis, and they will facilitate the important interrelationships with the larger muscles and help augment performance parameters. The first of the 5 exercises needs to be done with the heel stabilized on the ground. And then what you're going to do is take your 2 fingers and place it right at the edge of the ball of your foot, at the base of that first metatarsal, and just try to press the forefoot in on to the fingers and hold for a 5-second count. That's exercise number 1. Of course, this will be done 5 seconds on, 5 seconds off, 5 repetitions. Exercise number 2 is designed to help the transverse arch of the foot. I'm going to use my 3 middle fingers and place them right beneath the 3 middle toes on the ball of my foot. And then I'm going to point the foot slightly and press, curling around with that transverse arch, pressing into my fingers to create support right there. Exercise number 3 is going to involve both toe spread and flexing the foot to get some of the interossei muscles involved. And so I'm going to intertwine my fingers in between my toes, just like that, and then point my foot and squeeze my fingers with my toes, holding for a count of 5. Exercise number 4 involves the 4 smaller toes. We're going to work the toe flexors first at the middle joint and then at the end joint. You'll take your fingers, place them in the middle of those toes, and curl down. And then, of course, you'll do the end joint, pressing and curling. And then, of course, exercise 5 is the same thing on the big toe, but the one thing I want people to do is to observe the position of the big toe on the first metatarsal, and make sure that it's lined up before flexing. So people, if they have a bunion or just a little bit of change here in the hallux abductus valgus position, then you want to line up the big toe and then do your flexing. First at the first joint and then at the second joint. Again, each one is done 5 times, 5 seconds pressing into the force, 5 seconds rest, and then you're good to go. The basketball athlete needs to have feet that are strong yet responsive. They need muscles that are ready to change from offense to defense at a moment's notice, just like they do. And it's best if all the muscles in the foot, all 19 of them, work together as a team, just like they do, to make plays and bring home the win. These exercises are designed to specifically strengthen the smaller muscles of the forefoot, which will augment activities like shock absorption, force production, change of direction, and any other scenario that the game might present. It's just one part of the overall foot mechanics picture, but it will make a difference in performance. Thanks for watching.